Chaos Gunners Collective. Back at it? You already know. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba. Here comes another one. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. I said guard. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Are you ready for another one? Bye-ya. 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 Oh, you can see I could get into the groove of things. Look at that thumbnail right there. Oh, Canada. Adam dos. 22. Or Adam 16 is what they're calling him now, right? And for good reason. Because he went to Canada and he had a maple leaf. Now, one never knows does one. But what I do know for sure is right here at Gunners Collective and in Menudo style and direct fashion, we're going to get down to the bottom of things. Like Adam tried to, right? We don't do that over here in the United States, homie. So we don't get down like that. See, there's an age and a law of consent, homes. And you need to follow the rules strictly. Not only the rules that everyone has set forth, but the rules of the streets. That's it. Now trip out. We all know what's going on. We all know that Adam was exposed for what he did in Canada, right? Allegedly. I'm going to say allegedly because I don't know for sure, even though he admitted it. I wasn't there. I was at the cucaracha on the wall watching these deviant acts happen. But they did definitely happen according to the one and only Gilligan 16. Now, shout out to Milt. Thank you. I've been taking that word and just running with it. Now, Adam 22 definitely finds himself in a precarious situation. The situation is he is now self-admitted to doing some wild stuff with a 16-year-old. Now, that's wild. You know, over here in the United States, homes, Mr. George. Hey, Mr. George, the guy that arrested no jumper, Mr. George? Yeah. Adam 16, Mr. George. NoBueno.com. He's not good, right? And I'm going to tell you guys why. He decided, you know, when he was younger, he was a lot younger now then compared to what he is now. But he still was over the age of 21, 22, 23, 24. You know what I mean? We'll call him Adam 24 in this case. He actually went over to Canada and found himself in the mix with some young groupies. Now, you got to understand, when you're out, just because you're in a different country and the laws of consent or the laws to drink or the laws to whatever are different, doesn't mean it's all good. See, you're supposed to have morals instilled within you. You're supposed to have, your mind is developed. You're an adult. You're supposed to know better. You knew better, so you're supposed to do better. You know what I mean? You're supposed to make your next move your best move. You know, and any type of standards that you uphold yourself to of being a man, you're supposed to uphold anywhere. I don't care if I'm in Egypt riding a camel. Hey, my friend, it's okay. She is only 16. My friend, fuck you. It's not. I'm going to giggle over there because I don't want no parts of that. See, a grown man recognizes the difference between a child and a woman. You know, you have people like SPM, I couldn't tell. You know what I mean? I couldn't touch it. You know what I mean? Hey, look at, watch out. You know what I mean? Hey, giggy. I couldn't tell. You know what I mean? Wiggy. I could, but also, you couldn't tell when you were dropping her off at middle school? So that's because she was in the 6th grade. That's it. Recognize. Game. And the yay, man. You gotta recognize, okay? But this guy, Adam, he found himself in Canada. And he definitely indulged with the 16-year-old. Now, he self-admitted it. But in perfect Adam fashion and form like he does, he played the victim role. He blamed her. And I quote, he said, she didn't even know she was doing anything wrong. Like he was the victim. Like she took advantage of him. You know? Come on now, man. You're a man. You're the adult. That's it. It's up to you to kill that right there. You know? Says, que había in the mall mobbing. You know what I mean? And the young kids are like, hey, look at that guy. He's got jewelry. Hey, watch out. Go with your head fit. You know what I mean? And just keep on pushing. You know, he needs to know how to carry himself as a grown man. Now, of course, with his show No Jumper, he pushes a lot of that on people. You never noticed? Sasuke, knowledge you can't get in college. Sit down. Guard! White guys. Yeah, Woods. Sit down. I got something to tell you guys. With his show No Jumper, No Mo Jumper, he pushed that negativity. He basically instilled it into people's minds that some of the this erotic stuff and some of this forbidden stuff was okay. Slowly but surely, because he knew deep down in the back of his mind, right, that he had done something wrong. See, if you ain't done nothing wrong, you ain't got nothing to worry about, right? But obviously, he knew he did, okay? And it came out. And it usually does. You know, it takes time. It takes time. You say, hey, you're going to take a little time. You ready for a little time? We got a little time. We got a jungle love. Oh. We got a little bit of time. Orale Morris Day. We do have time. And guess what? Within time, it does come out. And it did come out what this guy did in Oh Canada, right? But the way he justified it was saying that different laws and different, you know, they can get down at a younger rate out there, younger age. That doesn't make it all right as a man. See, a grown man wants a grown woman. You know, maybe when you're 60, 70 years old, they might find themselves with a 30 or 40-year-old just because the wind's blowing, you know what I mean? But they're already 103 years old. It doesn't matter at that point. You know, she's trying to get his money and he's trying to get a teta. And at the end, who wins? One never knows, does one. I say the old man. Because, hey, you know what I mean? You can't take money with you. That's good, but you sure can take a memory. Right? So that's it. Okay, but with Adam, he knew exactly what he was doing and never said nothing. Now, a lot of people got in my DMs. They're like, Gun, this last video you made about No Wamper, I call it No Wamper, right? About No Wamper, you said, you know, that AD and all these guys quite possibly might have known what Adam was going through or what he had done. And I say to myself, possibly. I mean, I can't call it like an alcoholic. One thing I do know is for sure, and these are facts, that if they did know that he had did that back then, if they had did their proper research and found out and just swept it under the rug and not paid attention to it, then they're just as bad as him. You know, I ain't got nothing disrespectful to say. I ain't trying to call no one out on it. I'm just saying, and I'm not naming any names. I'm just saying if individuals that worked up under him knew exactly what type of character this was and what he had did in Canada, then they need to be swept under the rug like him. Because I'm telling you right now, any man that condones that might as well did it himself. Do it, ese. Ponle. Handle it. Go ahead, handle it. You're just as dirty as that dirtbag. You know what I mean? In fact, you're more muddy while he's dirty because you knew, Holmes, what he was doing and you didn't handle your business. Now, let me tell you the story. Since the wind's blowing. I'm locked up, incarcerated, right? Boom. And just like any other man incarcerated, man, hey, the wiggle was real. You're trying to get any type of hookup from the guy, a chick that you can get at. You know, so that way you can get some cantina, a couple packages, never hurt nobody, a little phone call, you know what I mean? So you can grab it while you're here, when you're on the phone. The world is different, but of legal consent. Adam, take a note. Sit down. Sit your bitch ass down and listen to how when a real man speaks, right? So anyways, I'm mobbing. And a homeboy had come on the tira. He was cool. He wasn't a norteño, but he was he was a Native American dude. He was cool. He was all right, right? And at that point, you know, later on, it wasn't all right, right? But I'm going to tell you how all right it was for a minute. And this is out of state. Don't get it mixed up with California because California had been whacked through R&R. But anyway, so the Volta comes on theater and it's cool. You know what I mean? The first thing I do, I see him hanging around with a couple of my homeboys. So I didn't clear that. Did I clear that? To what degree of clearing did I clear that, right? Now, of course, I wasn't in a position to be that one to clear everything. But I want to know who's around me. You know, any righteous dude who's done time in Califas and now is out of state says, okay, I need to know who the fuck is around me. I say, Spencer Latina. So I walked up to him like, hey, Holmes, what do they call you, eh? He's like, what do you mean? You know what I mean? They call, yeah, I make phone calls. No, listen. What's your name, eh? Oh, my name's Nicholas. No, I'm not. Okay. I'm saying, what do they call you on the street? You're a gang member, right? He was like, no. Oh, no, they call me Big Nick. I said, all right, well, look at Big Nick. Where you from, homie? So he gave me the rundown. You know what I mean? Next thing out my mouth is, can I see your paperwork? Right? Because that's how it is in certain places. I need to see what you're in here for. You know, I'm not going to run the phone check and do all that. I'm going to take it at face value, man. I need to see your 128G. Yes, let me see what you're in for, man. It's like, let me think right there. Is there anything that stands out? Anything that says minor or weirdo, right? So I'm looking and his paperwork looked kosher. It looked good. It looked clean. It looks, you know, stable. And so we started kicking it. When I took a liking to this guy, and I took a liking to him just because of his attitude. He didn't think he was too tough, but he'll handle his business. He had my back 100%. He had all the homies back. So, I mean, he was cool. He was a cool soldado to just kick it with. Never hesitated to, you know, back a homeboy up. And, you know, when you're up short and you're up shit creek with two paddles and one of them's broke, you need that extra half. So he was cool. Or so I thought. One never knows does one if the wind blows. So one day he's getting at me and he's like, yeah, my chick this, my chick that. I said, man, it must be nice to have a chick. I'm trying to see what a chick be like, right? I said, hey, she got any homegirls? He's like, in fact, she does, bro. Why, you want to write one? Shh. Does Woody Woodpecker peck wood? Of course I wood, bro. Did you say wood or coffee? I said wood. Okay, guard. I said wood, not guard. Anyways, I'm like, yeah, hook it up, bro. He's like, all right, I got you, right? So boom, trip out. This should have been my first clue. And I caught it on the second one, but my first one I didn't catch it, so I get a letter, right? I'm all happy. Oh man, this chick wrote me. I'm sorry, you know what I mean? I got a letter, right? I'm yelling on the tira. He's been on the tira. Guess what? Some chick wrote me, guard, right? I'm all happy. I'm fishing the letter down to the homeboys to read it before I even did, right? I read this letter. I crack it open. Actually, it's already ripped open, but there's tape. You know what I mean? They tape it because they look at them. So I open it up like, oh hell yeah. And the fucker was written in crayon. I said, damn, this lazy pinchy torta couldn't even get a pen, right? And it was all scribbled and some of the words were misspelled. And I said, God dang, man, to what degree of dumb chick that he hooked me up with, right? But Sans que as long as she pays what she weighs, I'll be good in the hood. You know what I mean? Sans que I need chili sopas. I'm already making her, at least I don't even know her. Hey, look, this is what I need. You know what I'm saying? Get run that. You know what I mean? Separate mine from yours. Break bread like Jesus said. You know what I mean? Meet the yard. So I'm on my shit, right? The next letter I get is totally outlandish, right? Some doesn't meet the eye. To what degree a letter did I get? Everything is misspelled. It sounds like a child or a teenager someone wrote this letter, right? It just didn't seem like a woman would write a letter like this. Plus, it said no money. I said, you ain't got no money? Well, I ain't no dummy, right? I ain't gonna waste my indigenous envelope on you. I got an indigent envelope, girl, and that's all I got left. So I'm trying to get something for nothing. I'm done with her. So I tell the homie, hey, what's up, man? Who'd your chick hook me up with, bro? Did she hook me with her little sister? He goes, hey, she did. It was her little sister. She's only 16. What the hell? So I was like, wait, hey, this is like a Janet Jackson song. What have you done for me lately, bro? All you did was you trying to get me caught up and say, what part of the game is this? Okay, now look, I was mad about that, but I thought he was trying to play a joke. He's like laughing, oh, I got you, fool, got you. I said, come on, bro. This bitch wrote me in color crayons. You know what I mean? Says, okay, the purple too. Had me feeling odd. Don't do that, bro. Right? That's weird. He was like, come to find out, I go to the oil. Right? We get off. I get off with an Africano brother, man, over a phone. He gets off with an Africano brother over the basketball court. The Africano brother was on the phone. This other dude, he started woofing on my homeboy. My homeboy was getting the brakes beat off him at that point, right? I felt mad. I said something to the Africano. He said something to me. I grabbed the phone and I came to shit him, right? And that's it. And that's how it went down. We're fighting, right? We all go to the oil. And another one of my homeboys comes through. He was on a different compa, right? So I see him, hey, what's up, bro? He's like, oh, shit, you're on the theater. What's happening? And so he's like, hey, where's that fool Big Nick at, eh? I was like, I don't know, they put him in the other building, fool. You know what I mean? We can't even communicate, you know what I mean? No more shopping sprees. No more late night cream. We can't do nothing, Holmes. He was like, good, look it. And he shoots me paperwork and an article. And there it is, man. Right there. Adam, black and white. Adam 22 white, right? Belwalter was in for some funny, but I was first of all, I was hurt. I was disgusted with myself for being a lack of a good judge of character. And it was a despicable me, right? I was like, oh, hell no. I'm begging, boom, I'm gonna get you. Hoping that he could hear, you know, through the other theater. I never seen the Vato again. But it's that easy for people to play people out of pocket now. So I understand on No Wamper that if the people that were around him, his coworkers or his minions, like Adam likes to call them, were not aware of the dirtbag, the dirtbagginess that he did, it's quite understandable, man. It's quite understandable, you know. But if they were, then you are who you flock with. You're just like them. Bentanatira, you did that. You did that. You might have well did everything that Adam did, and I don't even want to know. The funny thing is this, is why is Adam trying to play the victim role? And you see his numbers declining. I did a video on it the other day. Numbers, straight chorro. It's like chorro coming out in the morning after you drink 3 mango chelas, right? It's done. The reason why people are not paying attention to No Jumper anymore is because we're not easily fooled, gente. See, gente, I'm talking to you. I'm talking to the black, brown, the white people, even Asians, brother. We're not fooled, okay? He had us fooled. He pulled the wool over our eyes and said, I can see. I can see clearly now. The lames are gone, right? Look, man, you can't fool us, Adam. The fooling days are over. This tomfoolery and everything that you got going on, you know what I mean? I knew better. That's why I do better. That's why I do my own thing, man. I used to watch No Jumper and I used to pay attention and I started seeing the frivolous acts and I said, those are weirdo things going on over there. With only a weird mind can project, man. And exactly what I thought came to pass. Now, this guy got exposed for being a pedophile. Let's just cut and dry. Let's just say it straight up. He could be mad if he wants to. Remember what he said? I'm just a journalist. All journalism is good journalism. Remember he said, hey, if it's newsworthy, it's newsworthy. Remember he said that about Gil Puto? Well, how about this? It's very newsworthy. Now, Adam 22 did do this because he admitted it. Okay, and anyone that supports him supports a self-admitted pedo. However you call it. Pedo. You know what I mean? Peter Piper picked a pebble. I don't know. Is that how it goes? I don't know. Ask China Mac. He showed us Peter Piper. Anyways, that's just what it is. But let me tell you this for sure, and these are facts. That's why No Jumper's numbers are declining. That's why the real ones are gone, man. I know he might have fired him, and it might be due to a whole bunch of different circumstances, but right now they're like, ooh, shit, I'm glad I'm up out of there. That's it. Woo! It was getting bad over there. That Walter did what with 16 what? You know what I mean? We don't do that around here, homes. We don't do that on the guys, and we definitely don't do that in the hoods, the waters nearest you. There ain't gonna be no way we're gonna let some damn channel on YouTube dictate our everyday program. Oh man, hey, they got hood fools on there. Don't even check. Meanwhile, the fucking owner of it is doing bad things in Canada with a 16-year-old. Come on now. He admitted it. But the worst part of it all is the victim role. I hate people that play the victim role, bro. I hate it. Hey, if it's all bad, it's all bad. If it's hood, it's hood. Let it be all good, right? That's what I say. You know, hey, if you done messed up, admit your shit, Holmes. Stop pointing fingers at other people. Yeah, I did bone your old lady. I did it, but you should have been working overtime every night. It's your fault, is it? When she asked for a money, I gave her lengua. So I gave her my lengua. You know what I mean? The vatos are different. So, you know, everyone always has an excuse. They want to play, you're mad at me? How can you be mad at me? I gave her pipote, langote, grandote, and you're mad at me. Ask her if she likes it. I'll hold. Like Gunner said from Gunner's Collective. Ask her if she liked it. See? If anything, Holmes, you owe me a bottle. You know, can I get one more mama on the way out? Right? This is how it be. Everyone plays the victim role. That's what Adam's doing here. That young lady didn't even know what she was doing. She didn't even know the horrible acts she was committing. You're the adult, puto. The horrible acts you were committing. She doesn't have the capacity to think right, to get her mind right, so she can't shine right. She's a kid, man. Stop it, bro. Oh, weird motherfucker. I'm just being real. If they don't monetize this and they're mad because of what I said and Adam complains, do what you do, man. I do not support you, and those around me shouldn't. And if they do, I don't want them around me. And saying that's just what it is. Because by no means necessary. Orale, Black Power. Will we ever support that vato? Not my peoples. It's too late, eh? You, SPM, R. Kelly, even Michael Jackson. All you about this, time up. Get a rope. Guard! Guard's over there like, I don't support that shit. You know what I mean? Well, to what degree, we don't know. Anyways, let's just say this, gente. What he did in Canada, and I don't even want to get into the details of that, you know, are despicable acts. And no way of justification could ever justify it to me, you know? When a man admits it, yeah, I was wrong. Like FPM, at least he tried to fucking hide it. I didn't know she was, I couldn't tell. You couldn't tell? You couldn't tell? You couldn't smell the Similac? Couldn't smell the Similac on the breath. I don't know. One never knows, does one. Anyways, with that being said, gente, pay attention to those around you, man. Don't get caught up by the weirdos, man, because you know, once you surround yourself with them, then you might as well just do what you does, cuz. And that's just it. The streets talk, man. They definitely talk this time. And guess what Adam said? She knew what she was doing. No, she didn't, poop butt. But you did. Adam 16. With that being said, I hope that you move smooth with a purpose. Get everything that you want coming to you. If you continue to support No Jumper, well, hey, that's on you, eh? You know what I mean? Like I said, let them out to manipulate you some more. You know what I mean? The masses are manipulated. But one thing I can say, and I commend everyone, is that the numbers are doing this. And the beat goes on. And the beat goes on. Orale, look at Adam. But I'm over the age of 18, so don't trip. You know what I mean? That's just what it is. Go out there and get it, man, for your familia. Only you can. Thumbs up or thumbs down. Heavy's going to be the head that wears the crown. I'm going to continue to strive and struggle for what I honestly and truly believe in, and that's bringing you guys the best content I possibly can. And I don't care who don't like it. It's if you don't like it, Adam, so what, eh? You don't want to fight me? Wait up. He knows jiu-jitsu. I got something else for you. Bang, bang. This is the gun. Menudo.